Hello and welcome to the ICSE Class 10 Maths tutorial. The topic is analysis of preliminary exam paper of an ICSE school year 2021. Before we start, आइए आपको एक शायर की कुछ लाइन सुनाता हूँ. शायर कहता है, कलक था, कलक एंजाइटी, डिस्कम्फर्ट. कलक था सबको समंदर की बेकरारी का. कलक था सबको समंदर की बेकरारी का. किसी ने मुड़ के नदी की तरफ नहीं देखा. किसी ने मुड़ के नदी की तरफ नहीं देखा. सफर के बीच ये कैसा, सफर के बीच ये कैसा बदल गया मौसम. सफर के बीच ये कैसा बदल गया मौसम कि फिर किसी ने किसी की तरफ नहीं देखा. कि फिर किसी ने किसी की तरफ नहीं देखा. जो आईने से मिला आईने पे झुंझलाया. जो आईने से मिला आईने पे झुंझलाया. किसी ने अपनी कमी की तरफ नहीं देखा. किसी ने अपनी कमी की तरफ नहीं देखा. शुक्रिया. थैंक यू. Okay, so as you know, there are 11 questions and there are two sections. In section A there are 4 questions which are compulsory, and in section B there are 7 questions, out of which you are supposed to attempt any 4 questions. So that means total there are 11 questions. I'm going to discuss all the 11 questions one by one, maybe in one video one question, because there are in one main question there are 3 questions. Alright. So today the first question, and the question is, I'm reading out the question. The question is, prove that sin A upon 1 minus cos A is equal to 1 plus cos A upon sin A. This you have to prove. Now let's see what the children, what the students do. I'm not going to solve the question here, and I'm not going to write down all the steps. I'm just telling you what are the things important, which are the steps important, and some students, few students skip this step. Few students or some students don't write this step or these steps. All these things I'm going to discuss with you. And which steps are important, which are the steps which are very, very important, which one should write down, but some of the students are not writing. So all these things I'm going to discuss with you. In this question, you can start with the left hand side. You can start with the right hand side, and in trigonometry sometimes if the question is a little difficult, I mean it's difficult to get a right hand side from left hand side or left hand side from right hand side, then what we do, we solve one side. Suppose, say for example, left hand side, we reach a simplified expression, an intermediate term, we leave there, we call it equation number 1, and then we simplify this, again we get the same expression from right hand side. For example, we simplified this and we got something, alpha. Then we are simplifying this and we are getting again same alpha. So left hand side is alpha, right hand side is alpha. So from equations 1 and 2, left hand side is equal to right hand side. But generally what we do, either from left hand side we start and we get right hand side, or we start from right hand side and get left hand side. Alright. So we are starting here in this case from left hand side. We noted down sin A upon 1 minus cos A. Now what some of the students, most of the students, they are multiplying by 1 plus cos A in the numerator and in the denominator. But there are a few students, a few students who multiply by 1 minus cos A. Alright. You should multiply by 1 plus cos A. Fine. After that, this is 1 minus cos A, 1 plus cos A minus b into a plus b, which is which gives you a square minus b square, that is 1 square minus cos square A. That formula a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. So you get 1 square, that is 1 minus cos square a. So that is 1 minus cos square a, which in the next step you write down sin square a. Fine. But a few students, what they do, I think they forget the formula, or they don't know this formula. I don't know, God knows. They multiply. They write 1 into 1 as 1, then 1 into cos a plus cos a, then minus cos a, then cos a into cos a minus cos square a. So they are getting 4 terms. 1 plus cos a minus cos a and then minus cos square a, and then they cancel cos a, and then finally they are getting 1 minus cos square. Of course they are getting 1 minus cos square a, and after that they are writing 1 minus cos square equal to sin square a. That means they are getting the result, but unnecessarily you are writing 1 or 2 steps. Directly you can use a minus b into a plus b, which is equal to a square minus b square, that formula. Fine. And then after doing all those multiplication, then applying the formula, see 1 minus cos square, please do write down 1 minus cos square. Some students, a few students, they directly write down sin square. Or in some cases I have seen even the child is not writing sin square. Directly he or she is cancelling sin and directly writing 1 plus cos upon sin. Please show sin square because that is the identity which is important. You are given marks for that identity. Using identity 1 minus cos square is equal to sin square. For that you get 1 mark for using that identity. 1 minus, alright, so 1 minus cos square a is equal to sin square a. Please show once, write down sin square a, and then in the next step you cancel. Directly don't cancel one sign and directly write down, because the question is very easy. It's okay, you have studied, you have the knowledge, but that does not mean that you skip the steps. In the paper also, if you see the instructions, all the workings are important. So please don't skip steps. Okay, and then finally is equal to, you get 1 plus cos upon sin a, then write is equal to RHS, and then write down hence proved or QED. Fine. Second question in this paper is, it is from matrix. A is given, separately A is given, B is given, and then you have to find out 2a plus 3b minus 4i. The value of this expression you have to find out. A is given, so 2a, this is given, which I have not written. Then 3, b is given, b is 3, 0 and 1, 1. And minus 4, I is not given. I is an identity matrix that you should know. I is this, 1, 0, 0, 1, not 0, 1 and 1, 0. Alright? Don't write down 1, 1 here. No, this is diagonal. Left top to right bottom. This is diagonal. Alright. So the diagonal should be 1, 1 and the non-diagonal elements are 0. Alright, so 1, 0, 0, 1, please remember. Alright, again I am telling you, don't write down 0, 1 and 1, 0. No. 1, 1, 0, 0. This is the identity matrix. Here it is 2 by 2 because there are 2 rows and 2 columns. Why 2 by 2? First of all, we don't have 3 by 3 matrix. But then also for your knowledge, I am telling you, because these matrices are having order 2 by 2 and one matrix you are going to subtract. So subtraction is possible only if they have the same order. So that means this has to be a 2 by 2 matrix. Here of course there is no question of 3 by 3 matrix. But then also I am giving you the reason, the logic. Why it has to be 2 by 2? Because we have to subtract this from this. And subtraction or addition is possible when the orders are same. Alright. So for writing down this 1001, the value of I, you will get 1 mark. And then 1 mark you will get for multiplication. Alright. 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 1s are 2, then 3 3s are 3, 0s are 3 1s are 3 1s are like that. After that you add these two and then subtract. Alright, and then finally you are getting the result. The answer is, I am telling you, the answer is 9 2, first row 9 2 and 9 1. That's the answer. 9 2 9 1. 9 2 9 1. This is the answer. 9 2 9 1. You can try. You can try, you can do practice, you will see this, you will get this answer, 9291. Okay. This question carries 3 marks, this question carries 3 marks. Now this is question from factor theorem. And here also see, I have, this is not the explanation what I explained to you, that's not the entire chapter. Only I am talking about this particular question. Alright, for this particular question, because I didn't talk about the multiplication of 2 matrices, because in this question it has not been asked. So I am very much particular to the point I am talking about. Alright, so this you got 9291. Now the C part, C question, this carries 4 marks, 4 marks question. The question is factorize using factor theorem. Factorize x cube minus 13x minus 12 using remainder and factor theorem. Using remainder and factor theorem, factorize x cube minus 13x minus 12. This is a question. How I start? I tell the students to write down let fx is equal to. Your question is this much only. So let fx is equal to. Now you have to find out. You have to show that this is 0 for which values of x. For example, x is equal to plus 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2. So all those by trial and error method, or you find out like this. You find out f1 and then you substitute here. If you are getting 0, fine. If you are not getting 0, that means if you are putting x is equal to 1, that means x minus 1 is not a factor of the given polynomial, like that. So plus 1 you try with plus 1, minus 1. You have to get 0. You substitute here 1, minus 1, plus 2, minus 2, plus 3, minus 3, like that. Alright, and see if you are getting 0 or not. If you are getting 0, that means that particular one factor you are getting. In this particular case, I have substituted x is equal to minus 1. Suppose I am substituting 1. So what will happen? 1 cube, here it is 1. So this will be f1. Right. So f1 will be what? 1 cube, that is 1. Minus 13 into 1, that means 13, minus 13 and minus 12. So minus 13 and minus 12 is minus 25. So minus 25 and plus 1 is not going to give you 0. So by trial and error method you can discard that. You need not write down, because you know that f1 is not going to give you 0. Alright, fine. So then you try by x is equal to minus 1. So we are trying f minus 1 cube, minus 13 into minus 1, minus 12, and then when you simplify, this is minus 1, this is minus 1, and then minus into minus is plus. Plus 13, minus 1 and plus 13, that means plus 12. Plus 12 and minus 12 is 0. You got 0. Now the problem is, what the students don't do and they should do is, they write down, some students, they do not write down here minus 1, though they are substituting here minus 1, but here they write down fx. No, you have replaced x by minus 1, so now this is not fx, this is f minus 1, because you are substituting, you are replacing x by minus 1. So if here you are substituting minus 1, so this side also you please write down f minus 1. Alright, I have been telling this student, then also there are a few students who still don't write here f minus 1, they write fx. Fx is this, this is f minus 1. Alright, and some of these students, they do not write, they don't write anything. They don't, I don't know why, my God, they don't write anything. Simply they are writing this one. They don't write this one. Please write down f minus 1 is equal to. Alright, and some of the students, few students, they don't write down is equal to also. This, alright. This, no is equal to, no plus, no minus, nothing. Fine. So this is a systematic way. Then also I am telling you very much to the point. If you want details about this chapter, then there is a separate video on this, my video lecture on this factor theorem that you can watch. So f minus 1 is equal to this, and then we are getting 0. Because f minus 1 equal to 0, we substituted x is equal to what? We substituted x is equal to minus 1. What did we substitute? We substituted here x is equal to minus 1, right? X is equal to minus 1. Fine. So therefore x plus 1 is a factor. This 1 will come to this side. Alright. Therefore x plus 1, x is equal to minus 1, so that minus 1 will take this side. So therefore x plus 1 is a factor of this given polynomial. Alright. So here we are putting x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to minus 1. Therefore bifactor theorem is very, very important. Let me tell you how much percent I can't tell you, but then many students they are not writing bifactor theorem. Many students they are not writing factor theorem. Alright, some of the students are not writing anything. Some of the students at least they are writing that x plus 1 is a factor, but then also is a factor. Please write down is a factor of fx, is a factor of the given polynomial. For this purpose only 2.5 hours is given. For this purpose only 15 minutes reading time is given to you. It's not like that you are doing something extra which is not required. Alright, so this is the part of the solution. Please write down bifactor theorem. This is very, very important. Bifactor theorem x plus 1 is, I have not written, that does not mean that you don't write. You have to write down. See here, dot I have put. So please write down. Bifactor theorem x plus 1 is a factor of fx, because I am calling it fx. Alright, or is a factor of the given polynomial. This is very, very important. You will get 1 mark for this. Alright, so showing 0 and writing down bifactor theorem x plus 1 is a factor of the given polynomial, or x plus 1 is a factor of fx, because now we are calling it as fx. Alright. Now one more thing I would like to draw your attention. Once you found out one factor by factor theorem, now you can go for synthetic division method, long division method, or there is one more method, we call it factor method. Here in Mumbai, we generally don't use that method. Children use either synthetic division method or long division method. Alright, but in North India, we use that method. That we call factor method, and it's very, very easy. That is very, very easy. I have been telling my students, but that time, some few years ago, they used to say, oh, is it accepted in the board? Oh my God, why not? If I am telling you it is accepted in the board. So that means there are 3 methods, one synthetic division method, one long division method, and one that factor method. I mean, the 3 factors you write and then you do the adjustment. It's very easy. It's very easy. So after showing that by factor theorem, one factor you got, x plus 1 is a factor, now you go for the synthetic division method, long division method, or that factor method. 100%, 110% I am telling you, because I have been correcting papers. All these 3 methods are accepted by the board. Alright. So by factor theorem, x plus 1 is a factor of fx, and then as I told you, you go for either synthetic division method or long division method, or the third one. And then if you are going for synthetic division method or long division method, so you are getting a trinomial. One factor already you got x plus 1, and then quotient you are getting a trinomial. Alright, so that trinomial in this case is x square minus x minus 12. One factor is x plus 1, and then one quotient you are getting x square minus x minus 12. X square minus x minus 12. Now that trinomial, you know how to factorize it. That you have learned in your class 9 also, standard 9 also. How to factorize by splitting the middle term. So that quotient you please factorize. From there you will get 2 factors. One factor already you have got. And then finally, alright, so in between this and this, there are many steps that you have to write down. So after getting quotient either by synthetic division method or long division method, you factorize the trinomial, get the 2 factors, and this one factor is this. then all the three factors you write down together. Alright, all the three factors you write down together, and do not write down the factors of fxr. Even the children don't write down some of these, they don't write down fx also. They write down only the factors r. First of all, we have asked you to factorize it. We are not saying that you tell us the factors. Of course, if the question says that find out the factor, then you can say that okay, the factors are this comma this, comma this, or this comma this and this. They are the factors. But we ask you to factorize it. So then finally you write down, therefore fx is equal to one factor, the second factor, and the third factor. No commas in between. For this small mistake, you will lose this last mark. 1 mark you will lose. Alright? No commas in between. Alright? They are in product form. Factors. So x plus 1. The answer is x plus 1. And x plus 1, x plus 3, x minus 4. X plus 1, x plus 3, x minus 4. X plus 1, x plus 1, x plus 3, and then x minus 4. Here you get x minus 4. This is your answer. Okay? This is the answer. X plus 1, x plus 3, x minus 4. This is the answer. X plus 1, x plus 3, x minus 4. So like this you have to write down fx is equal to, some of these students they do not write down fx is equal to, they write only this much. X plus 1, x plus 3, x minus 4. Why? Why that much? Please write down fx is equal to. Now you don't ask me if marks will be cut in the board examination or not. In that much detail I don't think we should know. Alright. So at least if you are writing commas in between, you will lose marks. For this, you are going to lose marks or not, that I am not going to answer your question. Alright, but my suggestion is, please write fx is equal. That's why we are teaching you. We teachers are teaching you. Why shortcut? Please write down full fx is equal to x plus 1, x plus 3, and x minus 4. Alright, fine. So then you get all 4 marks. Okay, if you want to know the marks distribution, so tentative I can tell you, for substitution 1 mark, for saying by factor theorem x plus 1 is a factor of the given polynomial, or fx 1 mark, for getting quotient 1 mark, right, when you divide, quotient 1 mark, and then for final answer fx is equal to x plus 1, x plus 3, and x minus 4, you will get the 4th mark. Alright, now next question, second question in my next video. Hope everything is clear. Okay then, thank you so much. Thanks.